You're old, groaning like a geezer. Don't push it, I'll give you a war you won't believe. Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Wasn't that Frozen? Anyway, hey, everybody, welcome. It is Graybeards Studio. This is episode number 81. Unbelievable, but true. We're doing 80s action heroes. I think in my foggy memory, my Joe Biden memory, that we did 80s action heroes quite a while ago, because I remember Dan Lawless specifically doing Snake Plissken. But anyway, I can't remember what any of the rest of us did. David probably did Batman. But so anyway, we're going to tackle that subject again because our special guest today, Dan Fraga, wanted it that way. And we're here to please our guests, to make them happy, bring them on, get them comfortable, and then embarrass them. So that's our plan today. But let's get this show moving, which it is not right now. Okay, let's bring in our co-hosts for today's show. First of all, Mr. David Williams. Hello, David. I still can't do that. I try to do it, but I can't. You mock me whenever I try to go, what's up? And you're just like, Is it hot in New Mexico right now?
Yes, not as hot as yesterday though.
We're in the 90s right now, man. We had a lightning strike warning last night for forest fire type stuff, and apparently nothing happened, thankfully. But
you went out with your shirt open and said, "Come at me, bro."
I did. Shazam! See if it works. Here's a guy who's barely working, but he's here nonetheless. It's Gary Martin, hopefully with a brand new internet connection. We have a super chat already.
You may have noticed.
New apartment, new house,
a new abode, which means I have a new studio. And this one, the light is much better. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not quite set up, but I did find some goodies that I will be sharing with later.
I see Rosetta up there on the wall.
Yep.
And stuff back there. Okay. We'll get to take a look at that later on in the show. The funny thing about Sasquatch, you guys, is no one ever really can see him or find him. And that's what's going on with Kelsey Shannon today. We don't know where he is. We don't know what, So there'll be no Kelsey today, that as far as I know. So Sasquatch is once again missing in action. But that's not going to stop us from making this show go forward at a snail's pace. So anyway, let's take a look at who's in the chat and get this ball rolling. As we wait, I should say, Dan Fraga will be here. He's in a meeting. He should have it wrapped up in about 15, 20 minutes. By the time we get rolling, he'll be here and everything will be fine. So hang in there.
The meeting, by the way, is his handlers trying to talk him out of coming on the show.
They're right. They're like, did you get paid for this at all? Is there any sort of, so were you moving last week, Gary, or did you have just internet problems?
I had moved, but the Comcast people jerked me around quite a bit, and thus I didn't have internet.
Okay. Now, you can't trust anybody these days, Can't count on any of these companies. It's like, if it was possible, I would open up my own company for absolutely everything. So I wouldn't have to rely on anybody. I could do everything myself. But anyway. All right, let's see who's here. Skull Nasher says AAT. What does that mean? AAT.
AAT.
I don't know.
You stumped us, Skull Nasher.
You did, but you're first. Ronan says, what's the matter, Aaron? CG got you pushing too many pencils? What is going on? What does that even mean? I'm pushing a lot of pencils right now.
A lot of projects?
I guess that's what he means.
Aaron's always got a lot of projects.
Oh, dude, I am working constantly. In fact, do you have those days where you get up and it's like you work continuously doing something? It may not be the same project, but you're working continuously and you stop for a minute like we're doing for this show, and I go, I have not stopped working since I got up this morning. And it was like I couldn't even find like a 5-minute break in that schedule where I was not working on something. It was really weird. So I just it does happen.
But then when that happens to me, when I stand up, my lower extremities are numb. And I'm like hobbling into the kitchen to get refreshment, and I
you end up falling and you're crawling because your leg don't work. Creative Faye is here. April says, I voted Mobius, but it looks like 80s movies won again. I guess I could draw Roddy Piper and They Live. Why not? That's what I would do if I were you. I'm not going to do it. That's not what I'm going to do. But if I were you, that's what I would do.
Yeah. If we were you,
that's exactly what I would do. I'm here to chew bubblegum and draw comics, and I'm all out of bubblegum. So I guess you're going to have to draw comics twice as hard. Wesley Gleason is here, says he's got to work today, but so he'll miss the chat. Have a great show, Graybeards. Thank you, sir. Repairman Jack is here. Bibliobob says, I've got a great idea for an action movie about classical musicians. Stallone, Willis, and Schwarzenegger. Sylvester, you be Beethoven. Bruce, you be Mozart. Arnold Schwarzenegger says, I'll be Bach.
That was a long trip.
Yeah, it was a long trip for very small payoff. Let's see here. I know I got something to reward you with the effort, though. Yeah, there we go.
Not only did you get the boo, but you got the thumbs down as well.
That's right. It doesn't get much worse than that. Duck Bacon is here. Birdman Burr. People are Citizen Ronan quoting Predator in there. Brian Norton all the way from Japan. Angela Curry is here. She's at work. And I'm glad to hear that. Oh my gosh. So look he rolled in early, folks. He rolled in early. It's our special guest star today. It's Fragaboom. There he is.
Hey,
welcome.
How you doing?
Dude, this is a different angle.
Oh my gosh.
This is a different angle.
Good to see you guys too. Yeah, it's a different angle because I got this camera here, and when I have it, the other camera this would block the view. So
I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you go, man! You are set up.
Showing off the gray beard and everything.
Yeah, you look like you're in an actual workplace.
Yeah. I am in a workplace. This is the windowless layer. I brought my my power juice.
There you go.
That's iced tea. Right?
Yeah, it is. I'm really excited to be to play with you guys, man. It's every time I see posts from this show, I'm blown away and actually frightened. I told Aaron, I said I'm a little nervous, nervous today.
You remember, Dan, it's not a competition. You just
not.
Relax. It's just a fun studio environment. We're missing Kelsey today. He disappeared, so you only
get afraid of me.
He may be. Kelsey's that way. He's very skittish.
Yeah,
that's the word on the street. That he doesn't like when we have guests on because
he doesn't.
He gets scared.
Yeah, he does. He's afraid he's going to be made to look bad. And
oh man.
Well, remember when Rini just totally destroyed him?
That's true. Rini, we got suckered by
Rini. On Graybeards?
Yeah, she did.
That's awesome.
She suckered us into her wheelhouse. She did a Skeksis from the Dark Crystal.
I would have rocked the crap out of that. That sounds like a lot of fun. I also steered this entire thing into my wheelhouse.
We did. We saw that, Dan.
Yeah.
When we offered you to make the choices, we knew what we were doing. So
yeah,
but there's no fear here. There's no fear here. So
yeah, none. No, I'm excited. This is definitely within my wheelhouse. 80s action stars or action heroes. I mean, that could be anything. I actually went online to look up what the internet sees as 80s action heroes, and I was surprised. You know, obviously you got your Rambos, your Dutch, your John Matrix, your John Matrix is the guy that I'm drawing tonight. He's Arnold in Commando.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you had John J. Rambo, you had Cobra, but then they popped things in there like Indiana Jones, right? RoboCop, Batman.
Batman's 1989, right?
That's right. So that's what I'm saying. It's a big wide open thing. Oh yeah, Citizen Ronan says Patrick Swayze in Steel Dawn. Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse.
Yeah,
there you go. That's true.
Frank Dukes from Bloodsport. There's all kinds. But I definitely went to Wheelhouse. Guys,
let me finish getting through the chat here. Then we will do a little show and tell, and we'll get drawn. Let's see. JAV Stylor is here. Citizen Ronan, of course. Something Japanese Balpon Seijun. All right, 80s action heroes. Someone should draw Marion Cobretti. There you go. Another Stallone character. Leg Kick is here because Leg Kick is almost always here, except when he's not. Let's see who else we got here. Sean Allen, Hail Chat. Any ideas who's missing tonight? Well, you think you've already figured that one out. Prater 7 is here. Jay Dredd, Lone Star, Viper, Bloody Drake. There's Angela Curry again. Chris, thanks for joining us. Schism is joining us. Robert Dones Pills is here. What are you smoking too?
Yeah. He took a big old hit.
I had to get in my Wraith of God shirt.
Oh, there it is. Nice.
You
Thank you. Yeah. That's right. Get a little promotion there.
Yep.
Smokey the Concat is here. Birdman, Burnomadaman, Best Age Comics is joining us. Caesar, back from the dead, is joining us. Pulling the knives out of his back just to be here. I'm moved by that, of course. Oh, look at
Wow.
This guy's ready to rock and roll. Skullnesher says, is that Frazetta? Of course, he's talking about behind Gary. We'll find out in a minute, I think. Toshiro is here. Dale, a Stealth X5. Who else we got? Pastmaster Dan is joining us. Tommy Robin. Ask Fraga, Aaron. Ask him what?
Ask me what?
That's it? Ask Fraga?
Yeah, there it is. Ask Fraga, Aaron.
About what? He's got to be specific because.
Well, I think he's covering all his bases. So for the rest of the show,
42.
Exactly.
And the real Sabbath day is Saturday.
That's true.
I think he was asking about boxers or briefs.
Oh yeah.
Commando. You're supposed to say Commando,
right? Speaking of which,
feel my legs.
Butt Face McBooby is here.
Who was that?
Butt Face McBooby.
Wow. What is he, like 12?
Only at this show can you get that. Nolan Lockhart is joining us. Let's see here. Stealth X5 for $2. He says hello. Thank you, Stealth. Hello, back to you. Pity Ma's joining us. Matthew Mama is here. Says Fraga. Let's see. John Durham. I thought it was because Louisiana was the third world when it comes to the internet. That could be a reasonable explanation, but for the missing Bigfoot. But you just
Kelsey has more technology than we give him credit for.
Although he doesn't have a phone.
Yeah, right.
He doesn't?
No, he does not have a phone.
I've talked to him on the phone before. Was it just like one of those?
No, this is recently.
Burners?
Yeah, he doesn't have anymore. He doesn't have a phone anymore.
That's
right. Is there a story behind that?
No phone means.
Did he just chuck it into the swamp?
I don't know, but I understand it because I had a friend once tell me that, and this is before iPhones. This is when, I had a Samsung Blackjack. He said a phone is a leash, and I can imagine not having a phone and feeling just fresh as a daisy,
Yeah, that's kind of a hippie kind of point of view, but I like it. It's the phone is a. Brian Norton says, "Were the Ghostbusters action heroes?" I guess maybe.
Technically, yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mark
I
D
mean,
for $2. I got my Inhuman art. Thanks, Lopez D, or thanks, Lopez. Got my Inhuman art. Did I send you something?
Did you
You
do
did
an
Black
illustration
Bolt.
of aliens?
Didn't you do Black Bolt?
Yeah, but that was like ages ago. I sold that like a year and a half ago. This wasn't trying. Mark, what did you get from me? Did you get the? He got Crystal writing Lockjaw.
Okay.
Remember that?
What do you do with your drawings when you're done?
Sell them.
Oh,
I'm a total capitalist, Dan. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
we do auctions on the show, and we're constantly pushing our wares on our
Yes, exactly.
capitalist
Jack
stuff.
Elmy.
Yeah.
Jack Elmy says, "Welcome back, Gary. How about that?"
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Troy Bisbin, Lopez D-Wams, Fragaboom, and Ultra Mega Boom. Great day. It is. Rachel Brinkley's here. Thanks for joining us, Rachel. Chris McWilliams is joining us now. Craig 69, Headless Bourgeoisie, Spaceman, JC, Sean Allen. Okay, I think
There you go.
I don't know. Look at where did you get that?
I actually have. When I asked the wife for a little bit ahead, she gave me she gave me a bunch of these little action heads.
Dude,
like,
seriously, where do you? Those are great. Where did you get those?
I have a few of those.
Do you? Where do
Yeah.
you get them at?
Yes.
Yeah, and I got a skull too. That's roughly the same size.
There you go.
But
Okay.
it's really good for difficult angles, like the under the nose Gil Kane type shot.
Mhm.
But where do you get them with those likenesses? Are so good.
I got it from Amazon, I believe.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like there's. I think
eBay has loads of them.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I think the format is like Action Man or something like that. If you look for like Action Man heads, but yeah, the Arnold is
That's fantastic.
is really fun, and you can't really see it because the focus on the camera. You have the same one or similar.
I've got sunglasses. You got the sunglasses?
I have the sunglasses too, but yours has lips. Mine does not. Yeah.
Look at those. Wow, I'm gonna have to get me some of those.
Yeah, I'll see where I got them, but
Susan Ronan says Big Bad Toy Store has them, so
it probably do. Yeah, and I noticed different face types. Like this is sort of more of a looks like maybe slightly Asian as far as the sculpt, and then this is pretty European as far as the sculpt, So,
nice.
Yeah, but they're great for quick reference for shadows.
Light. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get some of those. I'm gonna juggle them next time on the show. I'm gonna get 3 of them.
Juggle,
and
Aaron?
them.
Do you know how to juggle?
Yeah.
I was trying to show my kids how to juggle. I have some hacky sacks, like really good ones, dirt bag and all that. But they also work like a juggling. I can't do more than like 2.5.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Like when the third one comes in, it like
The
Well, you know
performance
who taught
ends at that point.
You know who taught me how to juggle was Jeff Johnson when we were at CrossGen.
Oh, I believe it. That guy, Jeff Johnson was the first professional comic book artist that I hung out with, and I hung out with him before he was a pro too. He and I shopped at the same comic shop, and Jim Lee hired him from these bulletin boards. We would go into it was Flying Colors, Joe Field's store. Started Free Comic Book Day, great guy. Had this bulletin board where local customers that drew could pin up their artwork. So, we were always pinning our stuff up, and Jeff pinned up some really nice stuff, and Jim Lee had come in for a signing and said, "Who the heck is this?" And Joe said, "Oh, that's Jeff Johnson. He, lives down the road." And he said, "Oh, give him a call." Jeff came down and said, "Hey, would you would you mind doing some background assists for me? So Jeff did all of the motorcycles and all the boardwalk, the piers and everything in the Punisher War Journal issues. The ones with the Whacker in them. All those great motorcycles are Jeff. And then from that, he got, and I was like, oh, you're assisting Jim Lee. I'd be over at his house, martial arts master, by the way.
Yep.
Then he got Wonder Man. And then, of course, Terry Austin inking him, which I was like, how do you get Terry Austin to ink you on your first job? Like, you know, how cool is that? But yeah, Jeff, good guy. I love him. Love him to pieces.
All righty, let's take a second here to do a little show and tell. David, do you have anything you'd like to share with our chat?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Would you let me know before the show that you're sending me stuff and not like during the show?
So Dan, are you picking up on this, that you, while you're on the show, do not ask Aaron to do anything?
Yeah.
Oh, why? Is he one of those guys who can't talk and draw?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I understand it.
No, I can talk and draw. I cannot operate my computer and draw, however,
listen,
at the same
I
time.
totally get it. And I explained this to my friend. I'm my buddy Hank. I've got this a gunslinger spawn and a death dealer that I owe him, like some drawings, you know.
You owe me a drawing too, buddy.
Yeah, and I actually have that written down. Kit Carter right here.
Mm-hmm.
I have it written down. The thing is though, is when you're in your zone, if I had my music on, my door closed, my kids aren't bothering me, I got just me and the thing, magic. Like you enter this zone. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. It becomes magic, and you're almost working in the space like working clay in a way, you know, and you're able to manipulate like a wizard. But then when you're having to talk and draw, then you're kind of accessing two programs of your brain, which are not the same. Yeah. And then while it's being watched, you get a little extra, I'm being watched. You know?
That's why Gary doesn't participate.
Yeah. So then the compromise starts to slide. So that's why, you know, my sketches that are like what I call my warm-up sketches or whatever, especially when I was going through the tremors, like they were almost meditative, you know, as far as like just making the environment right. So you guys have an advantage, or I'll just mess with you because I know how your brain works.
Yeah. Well, you've done this, so David, what is this?
Okay, hold on a second. Aaron, do you regret now whining about having to put this picture up?
At this point, yes. My ears are bleeding. But
is this your grandchild or
those are both of my grand.
Oh my gosh, man. Congrats. I'm
why
so far off from that.
Why did you put a diaper over the baby's face? What are you doing here?
No, that's the baby's face. He was scratching his face, and he just put his hand up, saying, "Don't take a picture of me."
Picture? Okay.
Yeah.
Too soon.
So that's
awesome.
Little
Congratulations.
Little Theodore Logan, and
pretty cool.
Theodore Logan. Did she name him after Wolverine?
No, not at all.
All right.
Oh shoot, that was yeah.
I love how you wore your Captain America shirt to the hospital. That's awesome.
That's right. He's going to learn early.
We got one more. Where is it? There we go.
Hey, Aaron, I know
better shot of the baby.
I know you cook.
Yes.
Have you ever purchased Wagyu tallow?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, good. So you know the magic, Dave.
That's right, I do.
What is it called?
It's the tallow from beef, but it's Wagyu tallow, and it's just the fat. And dude, I've been cooking burgers and steaks in it.
Oh, yeah, so good.
Really? Where do you?
Yeah. I
you
got
can't
it at Publix.
buy this in the store, can you?
Yeah, you're West Coast, so you're what? Vaughn's, Safeway's, Lucky.
Yeah,
Albertsons?
Safeway.
Okay, you'll find it at Safeway. It's in the oils, like by coconut oil. Just look for it. Wagyu tallow.
Original McDonald's fries were fried in just tallow, beef tallow.
Yes.
And that's why they were so good. You know?
So it's in like a bottle, like
No,
Like
it's in a
olive oil?
jar.
It's a jar.
Okay,
Yeah,
like fat.
yeah, it's fat basically. When it's room temperature, it separates a little. When you put it in the fridge, it just hardens up and
Yep.
Congeals.
tablespoon. Man, that's
All right, dude. I'm gonna try it out. There's a better shot of the baby. We can actually see the little guy's face. Look at that.
Is it Wagyu? Ryan Norton. Yeah. Oh, look at that. So when did this happen? When was your
A few days ago, 15th.
Oh my man.
Yeah.
Did you huff the baby?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. That was like when every one of my children were born, man, I would just all of that baby smell.
That's awesome, man. So actually, I know this feeling now. I've had a grandson for a few months now. I think he's, what was it, January, February, March, April. Yeah, he's like almost 6 months. Wow.
Yeah, that's why when I saw that picture that Shelly posted recently, and he's all sitting up and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed,
smiling,
like, so
yeah, putting on the poundage.
That's right.
No, that's great. Congratulations, David.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Pretty awesome.
Gary, show us your studio. What do you got back there on the wall? What's going on here?
I'll show a little bit. Let's see. There's
what is that?
Cornwell. You can't see it because of the glare.
Go full screen.
Oh yeah.
And then,
wait. Go back.
Go back to the. There you go. We can barely see it, but
you can't see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see which one it is now. There's a guy in a safari hat thing back there.
Yeah, and there's a bronze of a lion manhandling a snake, and that's symbolic.
Looks like something Frazetta would have in the background of one of his comics.
Yeah.
One of those statues.
I have several bronzes kind of all over, and then of course the Frost Giant's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
How old is that print, by the way? Did you get that like way back in the day?
Yeah, I bought that probably 30 years ago.
Yeah, the same thing. I've got the mammoth one. They were like $10 or something, and if
so
that.
While I was unpacking, when you dig in the bowels of your storage, look what I found: a shoebox.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Hey, I wear those shoes. Those are Skechers, man.
Skechers, yeah. They're geezer shoes.
I have a graybeard too, buddy. So.
I found in this shoebox
4
copies, mint condition.
Until you drop them.
Yeah.
That's a great
So
book.
I'm putting these up for sale. I've got 4 copies, first come, first served.
You should
They're
do sketching them.
$85, and that includes shipping. Ink art at earthlink.net is my PayPal.
Well, how much are they?
$85.
And that includes shipping.
That includes shipping. They're mint condition. These might be the last mint condition of this copy of the book that exists.
Wow. Get on that, you people. There's 4 of them left. $85 at what's your email again?
Inkart at earthlink.net.
Now people are confirming. How do you want to handle this? Because they're confirming right now in the.
Well, it's first come, first serve. So Troy's not messing around.
Not at all.
Yeah. So with $100, you do not need to send shipping.
Oh, look at that! Dave's already set up like that. All right.
So you're just telling him to go directly to your PayPal and pay you for him. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Yes.
What if you get 5 payments?
So we have to confirm it here first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you got 2 right there.
First.
Bloody Drake and Troy Brisbane are confirming it. So there's 2 of them right there.
Okay, Bloody Drake. Yeah, there's 2. So there's 2 left.
You want to type in your PayPal info for these fine gentlemen? And while you're doing that, let's take a look at what Mr. Fragaboom is going to share with us today.
Oh, I'm not sharing. This is just my
Well, you're sharing it now.
It's my sketch.
You're sharing it now, buddy.
This is where I do take notes and do get my hand right.
Go back to the very beginning. Now, how long for all of those little doodles, which are amazing, by the way?
45 minutes, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe, yeah.
Is that a little cartoon dog up there on the left-hand side of the second page?
Yes, right here.
Looks like Underdog up there.
Yeah.
You like that big fat guy right there punching? Yeah. Got a gorilla head in there.
Oh yeah. This right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's like a Smurf, but it doesn't work.
Between Dan Panosian and Dan Fraga, I am so impressed by these guys. The growth that I've seen that they've achieved in their art career is amazing.
Yeah,
you are very kind. You are very kind.
Sorry to interrupt. I think we might have the 4 spoken for already. Can we do a count?
Okay, well, you've got Bloody Drake. You've got Troy Brisbane. Duck Bacon is looking to borrow money, but that's not going to help.
Mark D says sent $85.
He's a monster.
He's a monster says confirmed.
And Mark D, that would be your 4.
That's 4.
Okay, that's it. They're gone. Thank you, people. Just send Gary your money and he will send you the book, more than likely.
And send the address.
Yeah, make sure you send your address and why you're sending him money, too. Don't just send him money.
No, I'll take money for free.
But if you want something back,
don't tell him not to send me money.
All right, I got a little show and tell myself here. I want to go over.
Wait, we gotta go back to Fraga. He was showing stuff. We interrupted.
Well, I'm done, man. I'm done showing.
He wrapped it up. He wrapped it up.
I'm done.
All right.
I got my eye on the pulse, man. I know what's going on.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Is that me? Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, look at that.
All right, so this is the proof for the Kit Carter sketchbook. So
look at that.
That's what it looks like, man. You got all these like bleed lines and trim lines and all that stuff in there.
Wait, is this the ash can?
No. This is the 8.5 by 11 Kit Carter sketchbook.
Wow. Okay.
Part of the campaign.
Okay.
So that's being printed. They're supposed to be back here on August 5th. So we'll have those back soon. This is the ash can for the San Diego ash can, which I've offered up to my backers on the Kit Carter campaign for just $5. I sent a link to everybody twice now through the updates. So if you want to get one of these before I go to San Diego, go ahead and order those, and they'll just be put in with your regular order.
Can you flip through it real fast?
No, I don't want to show it off yet. Because
there's no spoilers in there.
One page.
I know, but it's like if you buy a book, and especially this is only like 16 pages, so it's like I don't want to show everybody what's in there.
Okay, show half a page.
Show half a page. Show
there.
Something.
Yeah, I think they're all blank.
I know. Stingy.
I think this is a scam.
All right, there you go.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you.
Jeez. Okay, check this out. This is my Muka Wraith of God print.
That's gorgeous.
That I just finished. I got to color it tonight.
Are you going to use Muka-like tones?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Sweet.
Are you digitally coloring it or hand coloring it?
No, I'm going to digitally color it.
Okay.
I got to get this to the. I know he watercolor everything, but I got to get this to the printers. So I'm going to have this at San Diego only, and then it'll be available on the Wraith of God 3 campaign for people that want to get that there.
Sweet.
And it'll be less expensive on the campaign than it is will be at San Diego. So there you go. But I've been working on that this week. This is the last stretch goal. The Empire Comics sticker that goes on your comic book box. So basically, these are the characters, and then the logo, the Empire logo, will go right here, and then it'll be shrunk down. Obviously, it'll be a 5 by 7 inch sticker.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
Can I make you a suggestion, buddy? Because I'm looking at this and I'm using my art director eye.
Yeah.
I think you should create each of those as different layers.
Yes.
And then make each of those available as a sticker, and all together they form this image.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you for the suggestion. I won't be taking it, but I do appreciate you offering that.
Wow.
Lord,
We're
man.
trying to help you.
Yeah, no, man. Damn.
Do you know how expensive stickers are?
Sticker Mule has 50 stickers for $9 today.
There you go.
Yeah, well, my sticker isn't ready yet. But okay, let's see here. Let's get back to.
You got some
Can
super
I, Aaron?
chats.
Yeah,
Can
I
I
got
do a little bit of housekeeping?
Yes.
Someone asked for the PayPal address
Oh, yeah.
again. It's inkart@earthlink.net. And someone's asking about shipping to Canada. What
That's
do you
like
think?
$100.
Canada? Kind of a heavy book. That's not cheap, right? That's like $30.
Probably at least.
America's hat needs a lot of money.
So yeah, shipping to Canada, $30, unfortunately. And Stealth, who's like a madman about buying auction art, he's asking if there's an auction today.
Anything's possible, but I'm not promising anything.
Yeah, maybe if we have time.
As soon as I'm done drawing, I got to dip because I'm making dinner tonight. I have the steak duty. I'm cooking steaks in the tallow.
I like that.
Totally fine.
Steak duty.
Yeah.
Let me get these super chats real quick. We got Stealth X5, $2. Hello. We did that one. Thank you again, Stealth. Mark D for $2. Got my Inhuman art. Thanks, Lopez. We did that one. Any auction today? I think we just answered that. Thank you again for the 2.
Yes, we might.
Angela Curry for $10. Fragaboom! I'm no longer allowing myself to send super chats to request having Shelby Robertson on the Graybeards. Would you please put a good word in for Shelby? Thank you.
This is the most meta super chat I've ever seen. I'm not going to do a super chat, but here's the super chat. And I'm tired of asking for Shelby. Can you do it, Frega?
She says that every week.
You know what though? Because you should have Shelby on. You should have him on because he's a good time. That's all I got to tell you. He's a good time.
We will, but we had to get you on first.
Oh. Hey, did you know that this one right here is older than all you guys?
What?
Yeah, it's a Venus drawing pencil, and it's actually from the American Pencil Company, but this one was made in Canada, which is very strange, right?
Well,
these are not easy to find, but these are I think they're about 80 years old. These are.
Why? So you have not used it?
No, I have. Look, they've even shaved it down. I use a pocket knife to sculpt it up. Classic. It's a Japanese pocket knife too, made by this one dude.
Captain Bitco says, "Are we not drawing today? Who do you mean by we, pal?"
Yeah. What do you mean we?
You got something in his pocket.
Yeah, exactly. You got a frog in your pocket.
Art of Roy says, "No wonder you can't get guest errands with that attitude." I have a piss poor attitude. I admit it.
What do you mean can't get guests? People are begging to get on this show.
Begging to be on this show. Let me get Carbon Dioxide had like a $2 super chat at the end of last week's Graybeard, and I missed it. So I can't remember what he said, but Carbon, here's $2 worth of publicity. Thank you very much for last week. There you go. Okay, so D Whams, what are you drawing?
RoboCop.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Now, Fraga, are you doing?
John Matrix from Commando.
All right, I am doing my man Snake Plissken from Escape from New York.
These are all good. This is well-rounded, man. And is there like a timer?
No, we just go until I say you're done.
Until
I'm done.
Aaron's done.
Okay.
Which is about 2 hours, right?
Okay, he's fast.
We'll be wrapping it up at 4:00 Pacific, which is 7:00 Eastern, I guess.
Okay, that gives me time because I got to cut the potatoes.
So with about 30 minutes to go, I'll ask Aaron about the time. He will complain, but he'll answer.
Are you going to cook the potatoes in tallow?
No, I'm soaking them in olive oil, putting a little bit of herbs, and then I'm gonna air fry.
I'm making chicken parm tonight.
Ooh, now you talking.
Because I got some spaghetti sauce sitting there in the fridge that I have left over from the last time I did it, and or last time I did spaghetti, and so I gotta use it up.
Aaron, what time is dinner?
I don't have enough for you, Gary, so I'm sorry.
Hey,
you have to let me know in advance. It's like my kids will just drop by, or they used to, and like, got anything to eat? And I'm like, well, if you'd let me know you were coming, maybe I would have. But yeah, then they get mad when there's no like leftovers or anything sitting around that they can just like it's some like I'm the Chuck Wagon buffet or something, you know.
You are.
You got a plan for the unexpected drop by.
I know, but then as soon as you do, and you get this food sitting in the refrigerator, no one shows up, and then it just
got leftovers.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes they don't get eaten as quickly as they should.
Okay.
Everybody, I would appreciate you guys hitting the like and subscribe to help this channel grow so we can bring on more talented guests like Fragaboom. So we appreciate you all being here, and let the drawing commence.
Daniel Russell in the chat is asking, what is Gary drawing? David, do you want to answer that?
Oh my gosh.
He's drawing D's.
Oh no.
Nuts.
He's drawing parodies.
Yeah.
Was that carbon dioxide for $2? He says, please don't read this until next Wednesday.
Bravo. Well done.
Too late. Oh
Well
my
done.
gosh. Oh yeah. Ronan is clarifying here that Aaron's kids used to drop by. Yeah. Well, you know.
I like Marcus's attitude. He says, I'll hit the like button when you feed Gary.
Nice. I think so. I don't think that's how it works.
I have my supporters.
They're few in number, but they are strong.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So, Fraga, what have you been up to? What can you tell about your life?
Well, the wife and kids have been out of town since Monday, which has been really great to not have my thoughts interrupted every 45 seconds. You know.
Did you run around the house doing the helicopter saying yeah?
No, I was singing "You
David,
Spin Me Right Round, Baby." You know.
Every single time I mention I'm alone at home, David brings up the helicopter motif.
I think it's projection. I think it's projection, Gary. You know, he is asking because he's looking for kin. You know what I'm saying?
Well, David's household is always packed. So I think you're right.
Yeah, I got a house of 7, so you know it's
damn.
really good. It's really good.
Dude, how do you ever get any work done? Seriously.
It's very difficult. But no, man, been just working away, getting Black Flag done. Really excited after the surgery to have what I say getting my powers back. Yeah. You know, it was very scary. You know, I remember I think the most sort of terrified I got was in January. I did a show here in Macon, and Andy Smith was sitting next to me, and somebody had asked me to do a gunslinger spawn, and he's got all these like little like spikes on his wrist. I don't know what you call that thing. What's that thing it's not a gauntlet, but it's like strapped on. Anyway, not a strap on. But what? So anyway, yeah, I had to draw I was trying to ink the spikes and my hand wouldn't do it. And I had already had problems with, working on the computer and eating soup and things like that. So when my brain and hand were not in sync with each other, it got kind of terrifying,
Can we rewind in this conversation? Because I was out of the loop for a little bit. And what exactly happen and when and how?
I had something called canal stenosis.
Mhm.
So the shakes started in 2020, and I didn't really know what they were. And then I also have something in my hand called Dupuytren's contracture, where collagen builds up. I don't have it in my left hand, but I have it in my right hand. And eventually it'll pull my finger forward. And I know guys, Kevin Conrad's had it. Jasper Plan 7-9. He had an operation for it, but I digress. I thought they were all related, but what ended up happening was I had to take an X-ray, some CAT scans, an EMG, a bunch, and an MRI, and they arrived at the conclusion that I had something called canal stenosis, where my vertebrae were closing in on my spinal cord, and also from abnormal bone growth, which is what stenosis is. And then the outsides were growing bone spurs. So it was squeezing, pushing the discs out, pushing the nerves out, getting them trapped. So I was having really bad, like my hands were real shaky, and incredible pain. And so anyway, they did an operation called ACDF. And this is what they put inside me. This piece of metal. They went in and cleared out all the bone and took out the discs and shaved down all of the bone spurs, and then they put cadaver bones in between.
Wow.
And put this thing right here is a 68 millimeter titanium plate with eight screws. So and that was May 22nd, so about almost 2 months ago.
We will rebuild him.
Yeah, no, I'm
better,
on the mend.
stronger, faster.
But it you know, when I got to sit down and just start drawing again and noticed, like, oh, you know what, my hand is doing what my brain is asking it to. This is so good. It was I know you're a God-fearing man. It was miraculous, and I had nothing but praise for God, because I couldn't. It was like a guitarist not being able to use his hands, or a singer not being able to sing, to get it back after fearing that it would be gone, and all the pressures of what would happen if it was gone. Was I had nothing but just gratitude.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you're here with us today.
My problem is my brain.
Your brain
tells my hand what to do, but it never does.
Dude, you can't say that. You can't say that. I see your stuff. If what we get from you, Gary, is the compromise, I cannot understand what's in your brain.
I'll go along with that, Mark. Yeah.
That's terrific.
Let me catch up on the chat. Some interesting questions. If I can scroll up, I lost them. I'm not gonna repeat the helicopter comments. Okay, Grim Jim 666 says, I'm going to doodle tequila Chow Young Fat in parentheses from Hard Boiled while you guys draw.
Oh, Chow Young Fat's awesome. We didn't even bring in the Hong Kong stuff.
Oh,
he's right. God. He's right.
Yeah.
Better Tomorrow, The Killer, Hard Boiled.
Yeah, cool. Creative Pay says, I imagine Aaron eating delicious food while his kids look on in hunger.
Oh, wow.
No, that's not how it goes down. It's the other way around. They come in and they're like locusts. They come in and eat all my food, and then I starve.
I believe you, Aaron. I believe you.
Because you know.
I do know. They come, they eat, they leave. There are wrappers and trash all over the floor.
Yep, exactly.
David has a system in his household where he has to claim food.
You got to write your name on a box or something.
Do not touch this.
I'm like that with like certain things. Like I have a weakness for the EO fudge double stuff. Those little elves, man, they got my number. They do. Yeah, and I just say, if you're gonna take some, that's fine, but leave at least 3. And they don't.
It's like leave something for somebody else. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah.
I think it is.
NPC Oasis. Hey, NPC. Welcome to the show. He makes a statement or a question. You were able to absorb a cadaver bone?
Yeah. What they
That
do
is awesomely rad, he says.
Well, it's funny because we made a joke about it when we were at Heroes. The joke is that anytime I act out of control, it's the cadaver bone. It's not me. It's like the residual whoever's bone that was. Yeah, no, but they have this thing in me called on me called an Actistim. It's a bone growth stimulator which shoots electric pulses down the spine and helps with the bonding. And so on my follow-up on the 27th, the doctor said, hey, this is all good. My final follow-up will be August 23rd, right before I leave for Tampa. That morning, I have a final follow-up to be all clear.
Awesome. So this didn't require any sort of physical therapy or anything?
He just asked that I walk a lot and that I, at least for the between May 22nd and June 27th, I wasn't supposed to lift anything more than 5 pounds and no weight over my collarbone. Like don't raise your arm.
That's my life credo.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
You ever lift anything over 5 pounds?
No, and then on the 22nd, I was given clearance to go back to the gym, which I just started doing this week.
Already?
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I'm not allowed to put any weight on my shoulders or collarbones. So no squats, no deadlift. So I can do curls and machine presses, but not a bench press where the bar comes down. I have to do something, like a machine. So that's it. And again, like I feel younger. I was telling my kids that the main pain started in 2016. So my 10-year-old, since he was 3, he hasn't seen me be 100% me, and I haven't felt this close to 100% in years. So it just feels good. Like I said, super blessing.
Very cool.
What was that sound?
You're gonna go into playing a blues riff or something right after that story.
Oh, that was a harmonica.
Angela Curry for $5. Could Fraga please talk about making food for his kids in his Arnie voice? Thank you.
Yes, I can tell you. One time I'm making for my daughter Kraft macaroni and cheese, which is garbage. So what do? I go and I find very nice Tillamook sharp cheddar, and I shave it into it and stir it so it's nice and creamy. And she takes a bite and says, "What have you done? What have you done? I can't eat this crap." Pearls before swine, man. That's all.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there you go.
I think you need to just talk in that voice for the rest of the show.
Okay, I'm
No.
drawing.
Rest
I'm
of your
having
life.
you draw me. If you're drawing me and I'm me, who am I?
Creative Faye is asking if I'm still in Washington. Yeah, I'm just actually only about 15 minutes away from my old place. So I'm still in the same area.
So is there any reason why you moved that can be shared, or is that like private information that you don't want?
It's not. It's nothing interesting. It's just life stuff.
Okay, well,
And
can you lie and make it
speaking of interesting,
I thought you said speaking of interesting. Where did I miss?
Snap.
Stealth X5 for $2. Does Gary have any more corn dog updates?
I do.
Why
Good
am I
timing.
not surprised?
What's the corn
Someone
dog update?
who's a friend of our show sent this to me, and I couldn't share it last week because I didn't have internet. So,
All right,
this
here we
week I get to share.
Who puts ketchup on a corn dog? That's
I
just
do.
disgusting.
Kids.
No, it's mustard only.
No, dude, it's everything only, man. You can. That's the thing about a hot dog is anything goes, man. Peppers.
That's true. Anything goes. You're right.
You know, if I want to dip that corn dog in barbecue sauce, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Well,
that's right. You're right. What are you gonna do about it, Bob?
Have you used this yet, Gary?
I have not, and I was waiting till I got settled in and able to show it off in the box. But this cooks 6 bad boys. So you know who you are. Thank you very much for sending this to me. I highly appreciate it.
Very nice. Look at that. See, we have great people on this show, don't we?
We do. We have a great chat. We do.
Fantastic. You know who should be here to appreciate all this greatness is Kelsey Shannon. Kelsey should be here to appreciate the great chat.
He's probably watching and taking notes. So
he's watching.
He can mock us next week.
David, you drew Big Trouble in Little China. You drew Jack Burton last time, didn't you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the one that Kelsey lost in the auction.
Oh, that's right. He was bidding for it.
Yeah.
That's right. I honestly cannot remember who I drew.
You drew who are you drawing this week? That's
Snake.
That's Snake. Yeah, you drew Snake.
No, I didn't.
No,
Dan Wallace did.
I think no,
No, it
I
was
think
Wallace.
you drew Snake.
Lawless drew. I think I drew. I drew the Thing. I did McCready from The Thing. So I did Kurt Russell, but I did.
Okay, it was Kurt Russell though. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm doing him again. I love Kurt Russell.
There you go.
He had so many iconic low budget roles in the 80s.
He made iconic. Oh, check this out, Troy. Brisbane says, I am totally jealous. I want a corn dog maker. And Geek Avenger gets the bell.
Geek for $10 says, thank you, Geek. Says, my tagline was stuck with that tweet all your cat pics to Gary for 2 friggin' weeks because of YouTube policies. The sacrifices one has to make as a semi-professional comic skate heckler. SMH. What does that mean again? That's smiling my hat.
Smacks my head. Smacks my head.
Smacks my head.
Shakes my head. There you go.
Shakes my head.
Oh,
Shaking not stood. Long movie.
Is that Arnold as
yes?
James Bond?
I'm James Bond.
I like True Lies. I like True Lies a lot, actually.
True Lies was great.
They had a list on Rotten Tomatoes of ranking Schwarzenegger's best films from first to last, and they had some weird choices. Like
so what was number one and what was the last?
I can't remember. I don't think I got to the last. The last was like Hercules in New York or something like that. Okay. One of those really early ones he did.
Yeah.
Raw Deal was all way down, and I love Raw Deal. But
it was pretty good.
It's not a great movie, but I love it. Oh, okay. So number 1 was Terminator. Number 2 was T2. Number 3, Predator was like 7. Can you believe that?
No, that's you know why? Because it's a documentary.
What?
They awarded people governorships afterwards.
What are you talking about?
Think about it, man. Jesse the Body, He was a governor. Arnold Schwarzenegger, governor.
All
Poor
after
Carl
Trump.
Weathers, they didn't give it to him, but you know.
He could have been a governor.
Yeah, and here's the reason I know it's real. Carl Weathers' character, Dylan. I see they have you pushing pencils. So they made a point to cut off his hand, and you see the shooting all by itself. You remember that shot? With
Yeah.
shooting the gun?
Yeah.
Well, his next big movie was Happy Gilmore.
And guess what?
No hand.
Yeah.
And they made a
I was dubious.
hand story. You know what I'm saying?
I was dubious, but you're starting to convince me.
Right.
Yeah. I think
Yep.
you're right, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is the problem, you know, with no kids at home is you just get into your thoughts.
You're left alone with your thoughts, which is not a good thing sometimes.
It's not.
Well, I was shocked by some of the picks. Like Jingle All the Way was like way too high.
Yeah, that's not a good movie.
No.
What about Last Action Hero?
Uh-oh, sorry about that. Oh,
Last Action Hero was.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Call from Kevin G.
Uh-oh. It's Kevin Grievous.
Put him on.
Hello? What's up, man?
Yo, what's going on?
Oh, shit. Are you sure that's not like Thanos
Just
calling
chilling.
you?
What's popping?
No,
David is setting him up right now.
You know, I just got a job. So,
Don't do it, David.
I'm setting you up. I'm live streaming right now.
I forgot. You know what you are, right?
Say it.
Say it.
All right.
Kevin, can you hear me? Say it.
All right, man. Peace.
Well, he really sounds like that.
Yes.
Holy smokes, man.
Dude, he has called like 3 or 4 times when we've done this show. Doesn't he not know that you're...
I think by now he knows he's doing it.
I'm going to have my phone ring and Arnold's going to say something.
Hello, Dan.
Hello, Dan. I like the way you draw me.
How come everybody calls David?
I know David is like a hub for like everybody.
I never get phone calls during the show.
Calls me, man.
Hey, David, I got a question for you because you're kind of the multimedia maestro. So this character in Commando, sometimes he does and sometimes he doesn't have this sort of stripage on his face, but it's not like fully like, you know, a big streak. What would you use? Would you just put some ink on your finger and kind of put it in there, or how would you do it?
You could do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
You could use a black pencil.
Oh yeah, I can do that. There you go.
But just do
Crayon,
it. Make sure you do it after you erase.
Yeah, the pencil.
Get creative, man. Use a crayon.
I like.
I've been looking at some of these new DC artists that are really good, like the Dan Mora. Is that his name?
Yeah,
Dan
he's
Mora?
great.
He's amazing. Him, and there's this other guy. He's done like these Robin and Batman covers, and he has this like kind of gray tone, and he uses markers or whatever. But he'll put ink on his thumb, and he'll smudge it in a area like that, and then he'll crosshatch from it. It's awesome. It's so awesome.
That's smart.
Art to Bear used to do that.
Who?
That's an old Art to Bear trick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Use the old thumbprint thing. I don't know where he got it from, but
the other part I like about it is that more so than your signature, you got your fingerprint on it. You know what I mean?
You know, Sean Gordon Murphy does that on almost every page.
Really?
Yeah, he uses his thumbprint a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost a signature move.
Right.
I'm going to start doing that, man. Maybe I'll feel better about myself.
Yeah, there
I
you
got
go.
yelled at by Bob Layton by not knowing how to do that.
Really? He yelled at you?
Yes, I was assisting him and
that's why.
doing background inking for this Hercules miniseries that he did. And he had indicated, like he wrote down, do a fingerprint texture technique here, and then And he comes over, and I was like, Bob, I've never done that before. How do you do that? And boy, did he get mad. He was like realizing, it's like, is my money, getting what it should be worth of hiring an assistant to do all this stuff? Well, I actually have to teach him something.
Wow.
You couldn't call up Terry Austin and go, Terry, help me out, man. What is that? What's he talking about?
He was there. I came into the Marvel office and was sitting in the corner, and he had a convention that weekend, and the deadline for that book was the following Monday, and he decided to screw around at the convention rather than finish the book.
Oh yeah, you told us the story before.
Yeah. So I think that was one of the reasons why he wasn't pleased with me, because I was undermining his master plan. But I did learn how to, he showed me how to do the fingerprint thing.
All right, I gotta pull up that list.
Do it. Do it now.
I'm doing it now.
The list. Oh, Henry Bemis is asking. He's disconcerted because my background is different. Well, you're going to have to rewind to the beginning of the show, Henry.
That was Schwarzenegger. Spelling that dude's last name is.
The last part of his N-I-G-G.
No, it is not. No, it is not. You a liar. You're not telling the truth.
And then go to Google Images.
Oh, here we go. All Arnold Schwarzenegger movies ranked. That's what we want.
Our rank or ranked?
Ranked. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
Number 1 is Terminator. Number 2 is T2. Now, number 3, I disagree with this. Total Recall. I love Total Recall, but number 3, come on.
Yeah.
Predator number 4, so it's a little higher than I thought. That should be number 3. Pumping Iron number 5. Okay, now this Terminator Dark Fate. Come on, man.
That shouldn't even be on there.
I know. Terminator Rise of the Machines is number 7.
That shouldn't be on there either. Where's Running Man? How is Running Man not even up yet?
Right?
Wait a minute. Dude, True Lies is number 8.
That's insane. That's what's crazy.
I know.
This list is invalid. It's like it's one of those things where, like the top 10 rap lists, if Rakim isn't number 1, I don't trust your list.
That reference wasn't for you, Gary, or you, Aaron.
No, I didn't get it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
When you see him at number 21, you're like, your list needs to go home.
Yeah.
So who did this survey?
I don't know. It was on Rotten Tomatoes. And
okay.
So Commando is number 9. Expendables 2 is number 10. Red Heat number 11. Red Heat was terrible, but I loved it.
Are you going to read the whole list?
I'm reading some of it. Running Man is number. Running Man is. Hang on a second. Running Man is 13. Conan is 14.
No.
Then they got Last Stand at 15. Kindergarten Cop is number 17. Are you kidding me?
Well, it's quotable.
It is. Escape Plan. Escape Plan was okay. That was number 18. So, yeah, I mean, it's just like Twins is down at 22. Last Action Hero, number 24. Junior, when he gets pregnant. Oh, God.
Oh, these such weirds.
Raw Deal is number 28. Come on, man. Conan the Destroyer, number 30. Conan the Destroyer has some really great quotes in it. It's a suck movie, but I love it. Jingle All the Way is 32. Collateral Damage, 33.
Arnold Schwarzenegger got pregnant?
Yeah.
Yes.
What about like the Seventh Day?
So what's the very last one?
Wait a minute. The Sixth Day is I passed it.
What
It's
about
number
Eraser?
23, right before Last Action Hero.
Eraser? How about Eraser?
Eraser is 25.
Dang. This list is not to be trusted. Listen, there's this YouTube thing called Mojo something or other, and they did this like top worst SNL performances of all time, and they were going.
They could just put up like the last 10 years.
No, they're talking about musical acts.
Oh,
you know, yeah, and they are going way back, like in the 75. You know, they go way back.
Wow.
Like
Okay.
so they talk shit on Brian Wilson, Eddie Money, like a whole bunch of people, and you can tell that this is like a Gen Zer talking, because they're like, this Backstreet Boys performance is so cringe. They're like synchronized dancing and da 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 da. What a terrible performance. I mean, the song sounds good and they sang okay, but how cringe is this? And you're like, what? At the time, that was the hotness. Like you can't go back and say this is whack, because at the time it was celebrated.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, when people they don't know these lists.
Aaron, are you as appalled as I am?
Stop, G.
I can't stand it. Stop. No more.
My ice is melting.
Drink your drink. Aaron is seething, says Dad's Den of Pop Culture.
Hey, my pencils are ready to go, so I'm gonna go smoke one.
Yeah, but you got to ink that too, so don't.
I know. I gotta go power the ink machine.
Breaking news: Joe Biden just posted positive for COVID. Tested positive.
Uh-oh.
I know they're trying to kill him. They're going to try and kill him. What am I looking for here, Gary? Oh, there it is. Nolan Lockhart for $9.99. Thank you, Nolan. Gary had to move because his assassin compound was compromised. Nobody catches the corn dog killer.
That's right.
Word.
Word.
And there's another one.
Hercules in the City was like third from the worst. The last movie on that Schwarzenegger list was the classic that he did with you know that guy that used to do stuff with Burt Lancaster. Why can't I think of his name? The Villain. Did you ever see that?
No.
Oh.
Kirk Douglas and Arnold
Kirk
Schwarzenegger in The Villain. I think Anne Margaret was in that too. And
Anne Margaret, Kirk Douglas, and Arnold?
Yeah, I believe so.
Interesting. There's still one more chat.
Is there? I'm checking to make sure Anne Margaret. Yeah, Anne Margaret was in that. Oh, I love Anne Margaret.
Every time her name comes up,
I do. It's
followed by you saying, "I love Anne Margaret."
I do. I love her. She's
very
like
lovable.
That's the one for me.
Best name I can think of.
I mean, we all got like one actress or something that throughout history you're like that.
Oh yeah.
Anne Margaret's for me.
Well,
Best name I can think of for $4.99 says, "What are your favorite '80s one-liners?" Mine are from Annie. Is "You shouldn't drink and bake."
It's pretty good.
Okay, the fact that you even went and saw Annie is enough to. Is that supposed to be Arnie?
I was planning on seeing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
What, is that a Schwarzenegger line? You shouldn't drink and bake, or is that maybe a Carol Burnett line from?
Probably from Carol Burnett.
I love. There's another one. Mac Grendel for $10. Props to David on the posing of Murphy. Captures the unique physicality, one of a kind. There you go. It's a little love thrown out to D-Whams. You're saying that has to be Arnold, not Annie. Tomorrow, don't drink and bake.
Tomorrow.
Okay. My favorite, I love like the one I put at the beginning of the show, the Rambo line. I'll give you a war you won't believe.
I'm your worst nightmare.
Crime is a disease. I'm the cure.
You know what's funny is while I love them both, I was always more of a Stallone guy.
Really?
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought his movies were smarter, and he had this weird sort of thing where, First Blood Part One, that is a legit cinema film. It's you could chalk it up as an action movie, but it's really a story about coming home from Vietnam and not being wanted, and being kind of discarded or whatever. So and then you look at Rocky One, and Rocky One is such a good underdog story. But then all of the sequels turned into cartoons.
Yeah.
But that I always like Stallone. But love Arnold. Of course, I love Arnold. But Stallone was my number one.
Well, I was really big into weightlifting in my younger years before my shoulders got destroyed, and Arnold was like my hero before he even became a movie star. And so,
from the Stay Hungry and Pumping Iron.
Well, but he was always in all the muscle and fitness.
Yeah, he was doing. Yeah, he was always in
that Joe Weider love
magazines. Yeah,
and
all those gadgets that didn't work.
Yeah, exactly. But so when he actually started making movies, I was just like, I didn't care that he sucked. I was like, the guy's just ripped, It's like, I don't care. Just crush people's skulls. That's all I care about.
Wasn't that one like where he's bending this bar as like the Crusher or something like that? You remember that one?
Are you talking about in the
advertisements?
Pumping Iron or
no, in the magazines.
Oh yeah. Would he have the big resistance bar, and he would just like,
Yeah. It's like, what's that going to do?
Looks impressive though. I think it's just like a flex bar, so you get as many muscles as you can flex.
And then I remember the curl brace, where it's like this huge strap gizmo that you strap on your chest to keep your arms from moving when you do curls.
Yep.
And then all the films of him curling, you never see him using it.
Well, he always had that sort of that screaming grimace on his face, like he was just killing himself.
That's because I was killing myself, Alan. I destroyed my body for you.
I remember, I used to read stories about him, and he was like buddies with Franco Colombo, and they were bricklayers while they were, trying to make their way. And imagine those guys working on your roof. You're just like, don't piss them off.
He had like a construction company, and all those like bodybuilders would show up and do the work. Yeah, you imagine, hiring a construction company and those guys show up.
No,
I know. You just see like, dude, where do you work out at?
More if they were a demolition company, like that. I believe. If they
exactly.
Well, and I remember seeing Pumping Iron, and he was so charismatic in that film, and he was trash talking Lou Ferrigno so bad.
Art to Bear asked him to do that.
Art. Yeah, Art doesn't have fond memories of Lou Ferrigno, that's for sure.
Not a single one.
No, kind of like you and Danzig,
Oh, don't you stop! Oh man, yeah, no love, zero.
Ah, well.
Alrighty, I think it's time for.
Someday, Gary, I'll actually have an intro for you. What's Gary's beef?
Since I've moved, I lost my sign.
Here's your post-it note sign right
there. My post-it note, yeah. This will have to do until I find it. It's around here someplace, I know it. So you can take me down. This one's going to be short. I'm not a big fan of tattoos.
You're not a big fan of who?
Tattoos.
Oh, tattoos, yeah.
Yeah, I think the human body is a work of art. So if augmenting it
from Fantasy Island.
He's coming after you, Fraga. He's coming after you.
Right straight for me.
Yep.
Jeez Louise, kid.
So the ones that bother me the most
Here we go.
are the like Asian symbols. What do you call those?
Kanji.
Yeah.
Mm.
That, how do they know they mean what
You get it vetted.
they think it means?
I'll tell you right now, I know
There we go.
what mine mean because I select them.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. You did your homework.
Yeah, I select it. I sent it to my friend Pat Lee's mother, who doesn't know. I say to her, what does this say? I don't ask her, does this say this? No, I say, what does this say? And then she gives back to me what it says. That's the tattoo.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You do your homework. But most people go into a tattoo shop and they see a symbol and it says warrior. It's like, oh, that's cool. Or, you know, I don't know.
And it says bottom.
Yeah. It could say anything. And I talk to people, Chinese and Japanese people, who tell me that they see a lot of crazy tattoos out there. So that's if you're gonna get an Asian symbol, be like Dan, do your homework, you know, be legitimate, do a vetting.
I have a question. A question for you regarding the body being a beautiful work of art. I agree with that 100%. But if you were gonna come at me with some Leviticus stuff about, you know, marking the body, I'm ready for you.
No, I'm not going to come at you with Leviticus.
Okay.
No, I just think that the human body is like, in terms of art.
Have you heard the song by John Mayer called "Your Body Is a Wonderland"?
No, but
it's called "Your Body's a Wonderland," and when my wife sings it to me, she sings "Your body is a Chuck E. Cheese." So, you know, I think it's beautiful in its own way, but you know,
I've seen some cool tattoos, and sometimes a tattoo represents a life-changing event, or you know, something that, you know, like a military thing, or a child, or I mean, there's a lot of reasons that are for me, you know, legitimate. Entries. But I see so many crazy, crappy tattoos, and I have to admit, Shelley sent this to me and asked me not to share it because it's kind of a private thing.
Oh no!
Aaron, could you pull this up my screen, please?
Lopez.
So she was grateful that you shaved your back. But now she's wanting this hair to grow. And
oh my gosh, I can't believe Shelley is like revealing secrets like that.
Dark secrets.
Moromi has this for you. I don't know what that means, but there it is.
Yeah, see, that could be anything. That could be Aaron Rules.
Well, that's, I mean,
it could be anything.
I'm going to believe that, whether it's true or not. That's what I'm going to go with.
The tattoo worth getting.
That's right.
So that was this week's
What's Gary's Beef?
I got kicked. My computer kicked me out, so you're gonna have to start all over again and start. Tell me what was the beef again?
Tattoos.
People directly to the picture of Lopez. I mean, that was the whole point of.
No, I got.
Oh, I see. So the whole setup was okay. I got.
To show off your tattoo,
yeah. Appreciate that. So, has anybody watched? I was going to save this for my Sunday show, but what the heck? Has anybody watched the Axel F movie on Netflix?
Not
The
yet.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes,
hear
it
it's
did.
good.
I saw it. It was whack.
It was.
Yes, it was.
Well, it was about exactly what you'd expect, right?
Huh.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it should have been better because why does Eddie's sense of humor have to wane? He just seemed tired through this. The only thing that I probably chuckled, like where I just went, huh, that's funny, where you say it out loud instead of actually laughing.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I was impressed with was a helicopter scene.
What, he was alone at home?
Oh yeah, pretty much. I was impressed. I was like, hey, Eddie still got it. No.
Well, it was, Shelly walked in on me while I was watching it, and she goes, "Well, how is it?" I go, "It's about exactly what you'd expect it to be." And she just walked off. That was it. Not even enough. Well, it's like, Judge Reinhold was in it for about 5 minutes, and
that made no sense.
Yeah, and then
Is he the only one still alive from the
No,
original movie?
Taggart was still alive, and he was in it more than Billy.
Yeah,
I
and
was just like, what?
that dude's like 76 years old.
Yeah.
I looked it up. I was like, man, he not only shouldn't he be chief of police, he shouldn't even be upright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Fragaboom drawn?
It is.
Booyah.
Shelly in the house.
What's up?
Hi.
Gary
How are
showed the tattoo picture that you sent him, by the way.
The what?
The tattoo.
Oh, don't try to deny it now.
Oh, Lord.
Look at Shelly's.
What did I do? Was I drinking?
Shelly's playing dumb here. Let's confront her with this.
We have to set the background. Hey, Ange, and Duck Bacon. Was I?
I don't know.
Tattoo
Gary said that
picture?
you sent him this picture. Where is it, Gary?
Gary,
Come on.
you are.
Oh,
You want me to find it and pull it up again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm kind of
no.
demanding, Gary.
Oh,
is
okay.
Hi, everybody.
trying to
Oh,
give
my
you a little bit of
goodness.
time here.
Yeah,
to
give me a second.
We're going, what do you want me to say?
Second.
Was I drinking?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, Lord.
Share screen.
Oh, my gosh.
Window,
Finally, some class around here.
share. Okay.
All right.
White Claw, baby.
You took that picture of me while I was.
How'd you guys know?
Well,
We
apparently
tried
you
to
sent
hide
it
it
to
as
him.
long as we could.
until you sent it to Gary, and then I guess that's how we knew.
Oh my gosh. That's so
Yeah, so
funny.
that's, Aaron, you have to behave yourself, or I'll get stuff that I can use against you.
I know. I
Exactly.
know. You're a dangerous man, Gary.
Hey,
I've known
Mr.
that for
Boyd.
years.
Oh my gosh. A bunch of my favorites are here today.
Well, they're always our favorites, Shelley.
I know.
And because Shelley made an appearance, I think you guys should hit the like and subscribe button. It seems like only the right thing to do.
Sure.
And it
Yeah,
tastes
see, now
delicious.
you have no excuse.
That's
There
right.
you go.
So anyway, it was nice they tried to do something with his daughter, but I don't know.
Did you show part of this?
I showed all of it.
You showed all of it?
It's not colored yet. So,
Ooh. Nice.
so I mean, it was, thankfully we had already subscribed to Netflix, and I didn't have to spend any extra money to watch it.
You better
Yeah.
run. You better run.
That's the only thing good about it.
All right, now here's one other thing. I guess I should save this too, but I'm not going to. Did you guys watch the Seinfeld Pop-Tart movie?
No,
I tried to watch that.
You didn't think it was funny?
Oh, it was the worst Seinfeld I'd ever seen.
Oh my gosh. I
literally
thought it was
turned it off. I couldn't stand it.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I thought it was awful.
I thought it was going to be this like a real documentary, or not a real documentary, but a real true, based on the true story with just humorous elements to it. But it was like cornball slapstick, ridiculousness the whole way through. I don't know. I liked it.
The
So,
way I find to happiness is to reduce or eliminate expectations. You know what I mean?
that's what Kelsey, who's not here today, would often say, is that he quit going to movies with any expectations because he was always getting ticked off.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. So that just underlines how bad it was when I didn't have any expectations, and it's like, oh, this really stinks.
Dude, I don't know. I thought it was. I mean, it was ridiculous, but it worked for me. So there you go.
I think I watched it for about 30 minutes without cracking a single smile.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm a huge Seinfeld fan.
I am too, and I don't know. I just
I think you two should fight about it.
To the death match. To the death match here.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah, I can't even imagine getting into a fight right now. I don't even know if I could lift my arm up to punch somebody.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, let's shoot free throws. You know,
I couldn't even do that anymore.
Yeah, that was my point. I don't think I could do that anymore. 15 feet's a long way to shoot from the air.
I remember when my dad was, I don't know, he was probably, let me think here. My son was, I think, 16. And there used to be this thing over in Beaverton called the Hoop. Are you familiar with that, Gary? It was a big, like...
was that near the Nike campus?
No. It's all the way over on the other side of 217, on the east side of 217 near Allen. Okay. And they had this big, kind of like one of those big, warehouse buildings. And it had it had 6 basketball courts in it. So 2 wide and 3 long. And
that's respectable.
Yeah, it was awesome. And so we used to go there and, when my son was 16 and we would, that's where he would play on teams and he'd get private coaching and stuff like that because he didn't start playing basketball until he was in junior high. And I remember telling him in 7th grade going, are you out of your mind? You can't just start playing basketball in 7th grade and expect to get anywhere, But so we spent, private coaches and stuff and got him so that he was actually a pretty good player. But anyway, my dad was there. He would go and watch, my son scrimmage and practice and all this kind of stuff. And my dad just randomly picked up a ball once, and he was in his early 70s, I'm sure. And he tried to shoot a lay-in, and he airballed the lay-in and lost his balance and fell.
Oh my goodness!
We were laughing our heads off. And now I'm sitting here going, how far away?
Did he do that on purpose?
No, it was so funny.
That would be us right now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. How far away am I right now from that? That's what I keep in the back of my mind.
We can barely make it up and down the stairs.
I know.
Okay.
Oh.
So, yeah, I haven't picked up a basketball, I don't think, in 10 years.
Yeah, neither have I. My grandson is starting to play, and he's starting to drop some hints, so I better get with it.
Yeah, get back in shape.
Yeah.
And that's what we keep. Our right biceps may never recover from babysitting last weekend.
Yeah, that kid's a chunk, man, carrying that kid around for 9 hours.
Well, I guess I could have put him down, but then,
You would have been a bad grandma.
Yeah, Grammy doesn't do that. He's Grammy's boy. No, actually, he's obsessed with Aaron. So no matter where Aaron was, he would just follow him with his eyes.
Well, that you're describing half the chat.
The Grammy's boy?
No, obsessed with Aaron.
Kidding, yeah.
But not not in a good way. That's the problem.
Well, we decided.
There's Aaron. Get him.
We weren't even that old when we decided we had to give up the whole sports thing, because we were both I'd play in the volleyball tournament and then be in bed the whole next day at 26 or something.
Yeah.
We were like, no, I was 27 when I quit playing. But
I think the last time I played was when David, you, me, Gary, and Jerome tried to play the Image Guys.
That was the last time?
I think it's the last time I played.
That's
that was only because this sounds bad, but I let you, because we had a deal. Right after we met, he tore out his ankle.
Oh.
And we were both like, You know,
and dislocated my jaw in a not the same game, but the same season of rec ball. And I was like, what?
that was before
How do you
me, though.
dislocate your jaw?
Somebody
He was talking trash.
Trash talking.
Yeah.
No. Some guy got a rebound, or pardon me, he was he got a rebound. His elbows were out, and he pushed up to put it back in, and his elbow clipped my jaw.
Ooh.
And just KO'd me, man.
Yeah, I got clobbered a few times that way, but luckily, nothing ever broke. Dale is asking, did I miss the beef? Yes, Dale, you missed the beef.
It is warm. Warm.
What did you miss, Gary?
The beef.
No.
Where's the beef?
The last time I played basketball, I almost died.
Yeah, I know. That's why I quit.
Right, you told me. Yeah. So please tell that story again, David.
All right. I saw some kids down the street, and they're, playing on their hoop in front of their house, and then they started walking to like the school that's like 4 blocks away. And I said, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna show them what's up. I thought I could still hang with the youngsters and all this kind of stuff. And they're over there just shooting random shots, and I was like, yeah, you guys want to play 21 or something like that? So we started playing 21. And I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing good. And I'm getting to here's shot 19. But by that time, a little bit before that, I was just like, hey, can I take a break? I want to go get some water. So I go over to the water out here at the little school thing, and it didn't work.
Oh.
And we're in Albuquerque, and it was summertime. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, I could get through this. I'm at 19. All I need is one other shot, and these other, they're like at 15, 16 and stuff like that. And I kept missing. And so they kept missing too. So it was prolonging the game forever. And I was like, okay, hold up, guys. Let me just hold up for a minute. Let me go to the other side and see if I could go get some water. And then I go over. There's no water over there. So I'm like, okay, God, please let me just make this. I'm literally praying to God to let me just make this shot to end this or let them win. I'm like, all right, I put down my pride. I'll let them win. Please, can we end this? And so I finally do win this thing.
Oh, really? Good for
I
you.
do win. That doesn't matter. I'm going to die. So I go over to this bench and I go to lay down. And Albuquerque's weird because it could be as hot and there'll be no clouds in the sky, and all of a sudden torrential rains will come down. And I'm like, oh man, I started feeling sprinkles hit me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll cool down. No, it doesn't cool down. It stays just as hot, but it just gets muggy. Uh-huh. And I was like, all right, I need to get home or Sandra's going to worry about me. And so I fall asleep a little bit. It's like a fever dream, and I just and I get up and it is sprinkling, but not heavy. So I have to walk, 4 blocks away to get back home. And each step is so laborious, just okay, this step. And I'm praying to God the whole way there. And I said, God,
I'll never play again.
I said, I said it out loud. I said, God, if you love me, if you love me, please let just one drop of rain hit my tongue before I get home. And no rain was hitting my tongue. It was hitting everything else but my tongue.
Oh God.
And so right before I put my foot onto my property, some rain hit my tongue, and I was like, "Thank you, God!" And I was just like, literally felt like crying and stuff. And then I just walked into the house, and I'm drenching, not in rain, but in my sweat. It was just like awful. And I get into this thing, and I think I knocked out till the next day. It was rough. And that was the last time I played. I said, okay, no more for me.
I lied because I coached a basketball camp at church for several years, and they would always like play games after the camp was over, the coaches. And they're like, "Come on, Aaron, let's play." I'm like, "I'm too old." They're like, "No, let's play." And so I remember playing. We were playing the kids, some of the kids that were hanging out afterwards. And I remember this, Gary. It was the most humiliating moment of my life, and this is when I knew it was over. This guy was playing D. I was at half court. I had kind of a fast break situation. I put the ball behind my back, and I fell down. Nobody tripped me. I just fell down. And I'm laying there on my back, and the young guy comes over to help me up, and I'm just like, I'm done. I am done.
Yes.
Why'd you put the ball behind your back?
He was I was going to go around the guy, and he was reaching for me, and I went behind my back, and then I just fell.
Oh, man.
Your brain says, I got this, but your body said,
No way. That foot isn't going to get over there fast enough.
Yeah, see, that's my fear. You think you can do the same things, and you can't. You
just won't do it. It's
no,
amazing.
but you think you can, and your body says no.
That ain't working today.
Yeah, my body was literally like, what the f you doing?
Who do you think you are, man?
Dad's Den says, Aaron, did you tip over your walker?
Oh, shit.
I should have had one. Oh, I don't think I was ever been that embarrassed in my life.
First time for everything.
Yep. It's like, hey, kid, watch out. Watch. Oh. Nice move, Gramps. You're like,
Were they sympathetic or were they mocking?
Oh, no, I mean, it was a church camp, so they were nice, but I'm sure, but it was like, oh my gosh, what an idiot.
Praise God, that was funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
Ever see anything in church that's funny, and somebody always has to say, well, this proves that God has a sense of humor.
Yeah. He had his hand in his face and shaking his head when I did that, I'm sure. But yeah, the glory days, they don't, that's why you do not want to create your identity around your youth, like your looks and stuff, because it doesn't last.
It's fleeting.
So, Fraga.
Yes.
Regale us with a tale of Image Comics.
Before you do, Aaron, what's the clock situation?
I think you need to worry about your own business, Gary, at this point.
I'm not doing this for myself.
I don't know about, let's say, well, I told Dan I'd let him go at 4. So if we do that, it's like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to need 20.
Okay, well, okay, we'll give him 20. We got 20 minutes, Gary. There you go.
I mean, it's crazy because, you know, it's only in hindsight you realize kind of how blessed and how things could have gone different ways, you know, and I met Rob Liefeld in 1989. It was but right before he was doing New Mutants. I think the big thing he had out then was What If #7. What if Wolverine was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Wait a minute, was that after Hawk and Dove or right
after Hawk and Dove? Yes,
okay.
Definitely after Hawk and Dove.
All right.
And at the time I was doing this public access television show called Comic Review for You. And so, you know, I wanted to do, it was live, but sometimes we did film stuff, and I think did some photograph stuff too. I think Dave Williams is in some of those old ass photographs with his ball cap and hanging out.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. I must sent them to you, dude, man, with Larry Martyr and Mark Silvestri. That was like San Diego '89 or something.
Larry Martyr he was in charge. He was like the editor-in-chief or something, a de facto editor-in-chief at Image, wasn't he, at first?
Yeah. He was a great guy, man.
Yeah,
he's still a great guy. You know, he and I used to hang out and talk. He was, you know, semi mentor level as far as like good stuff. But so that's when I met Rob, and my friend happened to buy a piece of sketch art from Rob, and it was on the back of Rob's personal stationery, and two pieces of information that are really cool about this particular piece of art. It was the character design for Strife, one of the X-Force characters. So my friend actually owns, you know, one of the first drawings of Strife, which is great, but it was on the back of Rob's personal stationery. So I took it upon myself to essentially stalk him. You know, I would call him and talk to him and ask him questions. And of course, this is right around the same time where I knew Jeff Johnson. So I had a little bit of decorum, but not much. Still kind of a eager, crazy 16-year-old. And Dave has the lovely happenstance of knowing me from way back, like, you know, the hair days, as I call them.
When we all had hair.
So anyway, I remember going to the convention at San Diego in 1991. It was the first time it was at the convention center.
Yeah.
And it was also the summer of T2. Keep it on topic. Even though it was 91. It was the first year at the convention center that it's at now, and you know, I was hot and ready to get into comics. I just graduated high school, and I was talking to guys like Neil Posner and Jonathan Peterson and Brian Augustin over at DC to try to get into DC, talking to Tom DeFalco and Fabian Nicieza over at Marvel to try to get into Marvel, and even Dave Campitti over at the time was it called
Continuity? Yeah.
No, it wasn't Continuity.
Continuity.
Something else with a C though.
They had the first ones to get the Terminator license.
That's right.
Wasn't it Now Comics?
It might have been, yeah. But so I had a lot of really wonderful feedback, but not a lot of follow through. So, you know, it was always, man, you're really good. You're so close. You're so close. And I would do inventory story after inventory story, and just kind of feel like I was treading water. And when you're 18, even, you know, doing something for 6 months feels like forever.
Yeah.
You know, but it was at that convention that I heard the first whispers of what would become Image Comics. And that was when it was just Todd, Rob, and Eric.
Now, who did you? Now, when you say you heard the first whispers, like, were you? I mean, were you? What do you mean by that? I mean,
I'll tell you exactly what I mean by that.
Or
yeah, so I ran into Rob and Marat Michaels while at that convention, and Rob said that he and Eric Larson and Todd McFarlane were going to do a joint venture company together. It was not called Image at the time. It was called something really silly. It's called McLarfeld. Yes.
Was it really?
Yes, it really was. It really was, because they just thought it was funny. And you know, Rob had something called the Executioners, and they were gonna, their plan initially was to stay at Marvel but do these things, but you know, that we know how that went. But that was the first whisper I had heard of it. So, carry on from that summer. I'm telling you, like, the long version of this.
That's fine.
Keep
Got 20 minutes to kill.
those entertained. 20 minutes, man. All I got to do now is the fucking tedium. So that's the summer I had just graduated high school. And again, I have to preface this with, 6 months is a long time for a kid.
Yeah.
Now 6 months, I'm like, how is it already July? How is it already the middle of July? What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Sorry. And so I had kept running into dead ends at DC and Marvel. I kept getting more and more inventory stories, more and more, you're so close, kid. Here's another one. You're so close. Here's another one. To the point where I thought, maybe I've hit the wall. Like, maybe I'm not cut out for this shit. So I decided that maybe what I can do to bide my time is join the Navy. And so I went down to the recruiter and filled out some forms and things and told them I wanted to be a pilot. They laughed at me. I told them I was into art, and they said, "Oh, maybe you can work on our brochures and things." Anyway, I was very much sort of disfranchised with the whole breaking into comics thing because I thought, I keep. What do they say? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result.
Right.
I very much was just sample after sample after sample and listening to them and, trying to take advice, do life drawing, do whatever I could. And, here's the other piece of information. I was kicked out of the house on my 18th birthday. And it wasn't like oh, you bad child, get out. It was, you're 18 now. You always talk about how you can do everything on your own. Well, you've got a month to go find a place of your own and get out. And that was from my stepdad. So, mind you, I am working at a place called Velvet Turtle, which was a restaurant. I'm also working at Diamond Comics in Hayward, filling the retailers' boxes and things. And working at a place called American Eagle Outfitters and doing samples while supporting myself. So that I'm just putting it in framework of that I was tired,
Yes.
I was just kind of like, fuck, man, this is not going to happen. So I went down to the local recruiter and signed up, and I was supposed to be, there's a thing called MEPS, and it's where you go get your medical examination and they swear you in. So my MEPS was supposed to be on a Wednesday, and on that Monday of that week, I got a call from Liefeld, and he said, "Listen, I'm, that thing I told you about in San Diego, it's really blown up, and we're going to be doing more than just our books, and we're thinking about having you come on to do one of the books." And I was like, "Whoa, what?" And it was this almost like Battle Brick Road. If I'm just to be straight up about it, it was called The Odd, and it was this sort of Rob Liefeld-ized version of Wizard of Oz, where Dorothy was a sexy girl and Toto was a wolf, and the lion was ferocious, and the Tin Man looked more like a badass armor,
Right.
And the flying monkeys were really scary. Yeah. They had machine guns and things. So
armor involved.
Yeah. So so they said, hey, but one condition is that we'd like you to be part of the team, but you need to move here. And SoCal is about 6 hours from where I was living in Martinez. East Bay.
Yeah, so you were in Northern California.
Yeah. Which was a wonderful place for comics. We had
legendary
Art Adams and Mike Mignola and WonderCon, and like it was just growing up in the 80s and loving comics was really just a wonderful thing. Dave was there, but so I was like, oh, what? So I called the Navy recruiter and I said, hey, like, am I under any obligation to the government or the Navy or whatever to show up? And they said, no, not until you go to MEPS. Once you swear in, you're in, but not yet. And I said, yeah, I won't be showing up. So I didn't go to MEPS. And then, so here's where I wind it up. You're done. Where things got cool was in February of 92. February of 92 is when I went to go kind of do some recon, like to see, I'm 18 years old and I'm going to be moving, 6 hours away from where I grew up and everybody I know, my girlfriend, everybody, and I only know two people. I know Rob Liefeld and I know Marat Michaels, and I only know them really from phone calls over the last couple of years. So, a little bit of a nerve-wracking experience. So I wanted to make sure that I kind of knew where I was going and, what I was getting into. So that happened to be the exact timing of when CNN announced the forming of Image, and they did a whole news story. And part of that news story was that CNN would come down and interview all the guys. They decided that Rob's Extreme Studio was a good place to do it because it was sort of centralized. For everybody that was part of it. And I remember like helping out, like they didn't have anything in color. So we were sitting there before CNN came, we were sitting there with markers coloring up like Eric Savage Dragon, Jim's Wildcats. Like we were literally just kind of racing the clock before CNN had gotten there. And it was all hands on deck. So that was something I got to be part of. It was like that very, very beginning thing. So
you were there from the very beginning.
Oh, I was there from before the beginning, but yes, the very, very beginning. Yes. So what? CNN came. They did their thing, and if you go on YouTube, you can see it. I'm like sitting on a beanbag somewhere in the footage, but the part that was really kind of nuts to me, especially at the time, was afterwards we all went to have dinner, and we went to this Chinese food place, and they put us at a big round table, like big circular table. And there were 9 of us, and it was all 7 Image founders, Marat Michaels, and myself. And I remember sitting there thinking, like, how am I here? This is crazy.
Yeah.
These guys, especially at the time, were running the game, and I just remember looking around and kind of my head on a swivel, thinking like, this is a core memory, like Rosebud. It's like full on core memory, and I remember at the time just being kind of super enamored with all of them. With Valentino was standing. Sorry, Jim. But I was a fan of everybody. No, I'm not trying to diss. I've
got my own beef with him.
Yeah,
you're on no cap.
Yeah, no, but I just remember having just that fanboy crazy, that crazy fanboy moment of like,
Yeah,
oh,
you're just
yeah.
thrown into the deep end
Yeah, I'm here.
right away. Yeah.
And it didn't. I really wish that they, hindsight being 2020 and all that. I wish there were a few things that, number one, I wish I took more pictures. That's one thing, because the only, like, for example, the only picture of Jack Kirby and me together is one from Eric Stevenson's wedding, and my head is coming out of Kurt Hathaway's pants. I wanted to be in the picture, so I stuck my head out. You know how you do? I'm like sitting in a chair, I stick my head out, but it looks like I'm his dick. And so it's like, oh, cool, there's a picture of me and Kirby together, but there I am.
You can't show it to anybody.
Yeah, no. I mean, we've showed it to people because, I mean, it's Kirby, and going to his.
No, I mean, you can't show it to your mom.
Right, exactly. So, but no, I mean, watching the formation of Image was really cool, and just being part of that, and again, hindsight being 2020 and whatnot, it's one of those things where people ask, what was it like? And I remember, it's a proximity thing, it's like the people that witnessed the map of it, and the people that were in it witnessed the territory. And sometimes the territory was so much louder than the map that you couldn't get that omni view that fans got. We were tied up in our own shit that fans never even knew about, or could care about. Inner studio competitions, studio versus studio, and it being, you did the cross-gen thing, so you probably, I don't know if you guys were super competitive or whatever, but
yeah, there was some of that, sure.
Yeah, we had a lot of that going on, and
everybody trying to catch me all the time. It was
exactly. And then we had guys like Stephen Platt and Art to Bear and Dan Panosian come into the studio, and it's like they raised the game, and anomalies like Jeff Matsuda and Chap Yates, these guys brought these sort of new and exciting things, which made you, at least for me, I felt insecure a lot of the time, like, oh shit, I'm slipping, like I'm not good enough, and you start changing your, David said those kind words earlier today about Panosian and myself with growth, and I'll tell you, my stuff was more pure before I broke into comics than after I broke into comics, as far as what I called truthful drawing, which is just drawing for me, and making my choices because they're the choices I want to make, not because I think it would be cool or I'm playing catch up with somebody else, so that's the big difference for me, I believe, is that. But anyway, that's my Image story. That I went off the range a little bit.
No, that's fine. You got us to 4:05, man. That's look at Dave's little marker on there. Oh man.
When I used to see Dan and his high energy all the time and stuff like that, and he'd be hanging around Rob and stuff like that, I'd be like, why are you hanging around Rob? Because I used to think that he could have did it. I didn't know that whole situation, but I'm glad he didn't listen to me, because
that's our story, man. It's our story. Like that the thing is, what's great is we've remained friends all these years, and have so much of that stuff, those backstories. My heart's filled with joy when I think about it.
Yeah. No, it's like me and Sandra, my wife, Sandra, we were thinking back about like how young you were when we because we were married back then.
Right.
You know, it was just like, wow, you know, Frega was a kid, you know.
Yeah, no, right. I mean, fresh out of high school. Like,
Yeah. And I was considered the kid at one point, you know, and then
yes.
turned that corner, and then
Yeah.
you're that kid. And I was just like, whoa, but you as an artist, what you've got to see and got to do beyond, you know, comics is amazing to me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's one of those, like I said, it's super blessings, and you know, I had a lot of time to contemplate death and what happens after and all that before my surgery. You know, my surgery was on my my mother's birthday, and I had a couple of like my best friend in 1987 died on my mom's birthday, and then my stepdad's friend in 1988 died on my mom's birthday, and then when I was originally scheduled to have my surgery on May 1st, but when they rescheduled it to May 22nd, my mom's birthday, I was like, oh, okay, well, okay, well, let's start thinking about life, and you know, and I wasn't so superstitious as to, you know, reschedule the appointment, but enough superstition to be like, hey, maybe this is a sign of, like, you know, get introspective, think about the things that you're really grateful for and friendships you have and things like that, and so yeah, I had a lot of time to. I was talking to God like 24/7, man. So yeah, everything else now, this is all just gravy. It's all good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, great attitude.
Unfortunately, I don't have a good attitude. I need to be more like Fraga.
You don't want to be more like me, man. You hear how I swear and watch.
Well,
play them blues, bro.
Adjustment, brother. Attitude adjustment is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, you know what my stepdad used to say about marijuana? He says, I'm going to go downstairs and have an attitude adjustment. And that was what his code was for smoking. So, Aaron, anytime you're in a Georgia area, I'm happy to help you with that. Your bad attitude.
Leg kick for $2. Hello, Fraga and Gary and Aaron. But nothing for David.
Wow, man.
Gotta give Dave the love.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say.
He said, I don't like Nick. I mean,
oh, shit. Come on now.
He likes dimes. He's not down with nickels.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. Well, Fraga, how you doing there? Are you?
I got to erase and put my my smears on there, and then sign it up, and then I'll be done. And then I got to go cook steaks.
Okay. Well, I just, you know, we're doing the show on your timeline because I want to make sure that
you're a good man.
Too late.
You're a very, very good man. So this is what I got before the smears. You know, let's get into.
Ooh, very nice. Smudge that up, baby. Smudge
it
up.
I'm just making sure it's dry. I hate when you go in a race and you pull a big, you know.
Yep. Get out the white out.
Yeah.
So what are you going to smear?
I'm gonna put this sort of I'm gonna get a nice Venus American pencil from this one's from 1921.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a B, so it'll be nice and smudgy. But again, yeah, these are over 100 years old, man. I collect them. If you guys ever want any such vintage pencil stuff, hit me up because I buy them by the dozen.
I was gonna say, don't you feel like kind of weird using them when they're that old?
No. They are meant to be used. They're definitely meant to be used. Wait, wasn't Conan an 80s hero?
Yeah, you could have done.
Oh, well, I did another drawing in the style of John Buscema.
Are you kidding? That looks like John himself.
It is. Wow. It is. I'm
okay.
I'm cheating. I'm totally cheating.
Boy, you got me on that.
Yeah, I'm totally cheating. No, it's one of those convention finds. I found that at Heroes. Believe it or not, $99.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
only because it wasn't signed. And
Okay.
I'm like, well, it doesn't.
Yeah,
need to
who
be
else?
signed. It doesn't. I mean, exactly. It doesn't need to be signed.
Right.
Well, Gary, were you at the show where Buscema was at San Diego the last time, just before he died?
No.
People had Buscema stuff all over the place, like drawings like that, sheets of 11 by 17 sheets of, character studies and stuff.
I had a bunch of those.
And for not very expensive.
Right.
Oh.
And I was going to pick them up, and I didn't do it. And I kept trying to go over there to meet him and get him to, see if I could get a commission out of him or something. And he was never at his table in Artist Alley. That was the same year I met Marie Severin and actually got a piece from her. But, and then of course he passed away, and then all this stuff went through the roof. And I was like, okay, I didn't get anything from him. I didn't get to meet him, and I didn't buy any of that stuff when it was sitting there. I don't know if I'm ever going to learn my lesson about that.
You can go to San Diego or any convention. You're there. Your main purpose is to pay for the trip.
Right, it's to make money, not to spend it. But
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, you're gonna find, like, last year I made it to San Diego, got to meet Aaron for the first time. I went just scouring the art dealers, and I found a Buscema, a Roy Crane, couple Alex Toth, and Travis Charest. These like Travis Charest layouts that are like this big, but Aaron's held them.
Yeah,
they're like all the detail of a full size drawing in the size of a trading card. But anyway, my point is like I'm flipping through. I'm at Albert Moy's thing, and I'm flipping through, and it's like, oh, here's a Mobius, 1600, and it's like a circle,
Yeah, right.
Drawn by Mobius at 1600. And it's flipping, and then I get to the Travis one, and it's like $200, and I'm like, what? How is this $200? And then the big one that I got a Kevin Nolan Red Skull, unfinished, $40. And I said to Albert, I'm like, did you label this right? Is this missing a zero? And he's like, no, that's the price. I was like, why? And it's because Red Skull had a swastika on him. He's like, oh, people don't really want to touch that. And I'm like,
oh my gosh, that's why I want it.
Yeah, no, that's not why I want it. But
no, but I mean,
Aaron,
no.
Could you clarify that, please?
Yeah, I'm going to clarify that right now, because
something like that, union.
Something like that is like super rare. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. For real. Yeah. And it's smudgy smudge time. Okay. I got to see what the smudges look like on the interwebs to make it accurate.
Okay, while you're smudging.
Oh yeah, now I'm going to get clipped for saying that.
Yeah, probably.
But I mean, people collect World War II comics that have like Nazi covers, and they're just like super expensive because there's that sort of,
there's one that I have on my eBay watch list because Ethan wants it, and I'm like wanting to buy it and give it to him for his birthday, but I've had it on my watch list now for about 4 years, and there is no sign of it, and it's like Action Comics 58 or something, right?
Yeah.
And it's the one, and pardon my phrasing, I'm just saying what it says, not what I believe or words I would use.
Yeah.
But it says it's okay to slap a Jap.
Oh.
and it's on the cover.
Right. I know the issue. Yeah.
Of the issue. And yeah, dude, that you can't buy them. They're impossible. Yeah. Impossible. I've asked dealers. I have, like I said, I have eBay on my I have it on my eBay watch list. It doesn't show up. Very strange. Very
I
strange.
know the one.
People that have it.
There's some Montgomery flag posters, World War II posters. You can catch them on eBay every once in a while, and they're basically Uncle Sam. You know, he's rolling up his sleeve and kind of leaning forward, and it says what you just said. You're next. You know, so
Oh yeah.
and
What I just said.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You crafted.
my science teacher, Hiro Okawachi, he was in the internment camps when he was 5.
oh my goodness, really?
Yeah. It's fucking crazy shit.
All right, where's everybody at here?
About done.
I'm done.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I just got to sign the Fragaboom on it.
There you go. I guess I better own mine as well.
I don't think this has ever happened. All 3 of you are signing simultaneously.
At the same time. It's
This is
amazing.
how we do it.
Never happened before.
All right, so let's take a look and see what we've all accomplished. I'll go first. We got Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken. Snake wants you, baby, right there. Speaking of...
So, Aaron, you've got gray tone and cross-hatching in this.
Yeah, I covered all my bases. Puts me in the lead for sure right now. If it were a competition, it clearly isn't. But
well, you know, it's the first one.
yeah, there you go. So there's
But no, that's very cool.
thank you. There's Snake Plissken. Leg kick for $2 says Brohawk wasn't there when I said hi, Lopez. Okay.
So is Snake saying that old bit? Pull my finger.
Yeah. That's
Now
what
he's saying, "You're next, Japs."
Yeah. There you go. Someone should say, Kim say, call me Snake. I like that. Maybe I'll put that down on there. Draw Fresno Bob next. I think Fresno Bob was in the scene they deleted at the very beginning of that movie. It showed those guys robbing the bank thing and then trying to get away, and Fresno Bob gets shot. So they cut the whole thing out of the movie, which is probably a good idea. All right, so let's see what David Williams said. Oh, a little white out there. Very nice. Look at that.
Wow.
What was his line he used to say?
He used to say, "Get down on the floor, bitches."
Stop or I'll shoot.
Are you sure that's what it was?
I'm really liking the gloves. His metal gloves, not able to wrap around.
Yeah.
The handle with that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, how does he hold that thing? It glues in there.
I really like that.
You know, there's this meme going around that says the movie The Crow is just RoboCop for goth kids.
No, I'm still on the stream, buddy. And then
Really?
we'll come up and
Yeah,
Thank you.
play it in your head. It's the same movie.
Yep. Tell her mom up in shortly.
The stuff that just like I don't even think about that someone brings up and you go, oh my gosh, that makes perfect sense. Why didn't I ever think of that? But best name I can think of says I'd buy that for $1.
Yes.
Victor, I am the law. Spaceman says dead or alive, you are coming with me. Yeah, that's what everybody said. Dead or alive, you are coming with me. Nicholas Rummel for $4.99. Thank you. Congrats, Frag, on speedy recovery.
Thanks, buddy.
What cons are each of you going to next? Hope to getting your critiques on my comic when I see you. I'm going to San Diego, and that's less than a week away now. I'll be leaving Tuesday.
August, I'm going to Tampa, and then what do you call it? September, I'll be in San Antonio at SoldierCon, and then October, SC South Carolina MiniCon.
Wow,
and
man,
then
you were all over the place.
November, first weekend of November, which is the weekend after the MiniCon, will be in Music City Multicon in Lebanon. All right, yeah, here's our man.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
very
you.
cool.
He's I'm here to shoot you. I hope you left room in your stomach for my fist because I'm going to ram it into you.
What was that? What was that line? Who was the little Weasley guy that he dropped? And
oh, screw you, Benny. Are you talking about the taxi driver?
No, the
No, the one he drops over the cliff.
Yeah, because Ray Don Chong goes, "What happened to Sully?" I let him go.
I lied.
I like it.
Evil One for $2 says RoboCop, Snake, and Predator. All of them rock. Absolutely. There you go. Thank you, Evil One. Appreciate that. Oh, Sully. Everybody's going, yeah, it's Sully. What happened to Sully? I let him go.
I let him go.
Yep.
I lied. You said you'd kill me last. I lied. Cohagen. And here's the thing in its full. See it.
Very nice. Look, you got the gun going and everything, man. Look at that. Very nice.
Donka, thank you for having me, man.
Well, thank you for.
And David Williams, thanks for the really cool outline idea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All righty, guys, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Graybeard's Studio. Thank you all for the super chats. Thank you all for joining. We really appreciate it. We couldn't do the show without you. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and also be aware that we have campaigns. Mine, Kit Carter, Planet Doom, David, of course, Fearsome with EVS, and Fraga has Black Flag, Pineapple Perception. You'll find the links in the description of this video, so you can go and visit those things. If you haven't backed yet, please consider doing so. And those of you who have, we greatly appreciate your support. So next week, we'll see you right here, hopefully with the return of Sasquatch. So everybody enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you, Dan, for joining us.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.